Greetings, everyone. It's Yate, and I'm back for day two of Premier Orlando 2026. As I mentioned on day one, this was my first time experience, and I just thought I'd come back for the second day since it was fresh to go ahead and share with you all my experience for today. I do have a few notes. I have my catalog again, as well as I got a few products. Y'all remember yesterday I told y'all that I won the $500 gift basket. Well, it was $500 worth of products in the gift basket for pure natural hair products and natural hair, pure natural products. um, that was too heavy to bring in. So once I get back home, get squared away, I will do an unboxing specifically with that box. But nonetheless, let's jump into day two of Premier Orlando. Today was about classes. Let me see. Let me go ahead and put up the tickler. So this is the second day at Premier. It was all about classes, conversations, and some of the things that I purchased. I did purchase a few items yesterday. I picked up a few more items today, but all in all, it wasn't, to me, it wasn't that much. Um, few trinkets here and there, but most of it was about the class. So, getting to the second day, I got there early again today, and I stayed most of the day. When I came into the entryway, I wish I could put video on this, but since I'm on my phone, I'm unable to upload the videos and things. So when I get back, I think I'll do a recap of day one and two when I show you all the gift basket so that I can put in the videos once I get back with my laptop and the camera. Because without that camera, attached to my laptop, it doesn't look as clear. But anywho, um, I took about uh, five classes. When I look at the schedule, I had marked off, let me see, one, two, three, four. I marked off four, but I end up taking like five and I missed one today. So the first one that I kind of, I won't say stumbled into, but I was waiting for my 10 o'clock. And when I entered in shortly after they opened, Babylus had a 9:15 to 10 o'clock um, showing. I guess you would call class showing. So I was like, hey, I'm right here. I sat up front and I have a picture of the three individuals. I know one was from Tampa. It was a gentleman. I remember the young lady's DC cuts. And then there was another gentleman. I don't remember his name. Don't get upset with me about that. But nonetheless, I'll show you the image of it next time around. So for Babylist, they was at 9:15 to 10 a.m. Um, the biggest things that they talked about, it was more to me dealing with professionals. So they talked about investment, time, expertise, and tools. Uh, efficiency equals more money. I'm just reading to you some of the notes that I took. And they talked about not necessarily giving away services during our service times, but making use of that in our free time, or in other words, our days off to maximize practicing and doing it with intentions when we want to learn a new skill, gain some more reps in an area. When we want to master something, we take that time and do it in our free time or our off days so that we're not cutting into our service days and the time that we have with our clients. Um, I'm reading it. They also talked about professionals always being a student and that staying in student mode. In other words, staying open to learning. And it doesn't necessarily have to be for a barber or a beauty professional. That can be anybody. Staying open to learning. And one of the gentlemen said, barbering is about detailing. And I'm sitting up at the front like, yep, it is. But anything you do, especially when you're dealing with service to individuals or you're in the service industry, it is about details. Everything is about, well, some don't see it that way. However, it's in the details. Okay. Building relationship, not transactions. They talked about how the younger generation or the new individuals, and I get it, they're about the transaction, getting as many people in the chairs. But what they don't quite understand yet is that when they build their relationships, the transaction and the byproduct of what we do is going to come. You service your client and you create an experience, the resources are going to be there. Or should I say, what you render to them, you're going to get back in terms of payment. All right. But you got to be mindful of their time, provide a great service and an even better experience. So that's something that they mentioned in that seminar. And uh, okay, one of the gentlemen, and this kind of hit home with me. Because oftentimes I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the firstborn thing or the generation that I come from. But he said, give yourself permission to win. And that had me thinking, am I giving myself permission to win? And whatever it is, whatever it is, am I giving myself permission to win? So that is one of the sessions that I did. And like I said, it wasn't one that I had marked off here. It just so happened when I went in this morning, they were right there. Remember, I told y'all they were right at the opening. I'm going to make sure that I have that video saved so that I can show it to you in the coming videos. All right. So, that was the first course. The second course, which was actually the first one that I selected, which was from 10 to 11, it was put on by Coco Hair Pro. One of their influencers, Joe Cotto, is Cotto, and he talked about picture perfect haircuts. And a good portion of the things I was familiar with that he was talking about. But he also emphasized using your clip over comb technique. It makes the line softer, especially when you use the barber comb. He talked about the wide side of the comb or the side with where the teeth are placed wider apart. And I don't have a comb, an all-purpose comb on me. But nonetheless, he talked about that and then using the smaller, the side with where the teeth are closer together, and how when you're, say, at your first guideline and it's the shortest of hairs, you want to use that smaller one where the teeth are closer together. And as you graduate up, uh, shift and use the all purpose side of the comb, or the all purpose comb the side where the teeth are a little more spaced out, and putting it on a 45, I was going to say 40 degree, 45 degree angle, and making your lines that much more softer. He talked about experience is everything. It doesn't matter what you're doing within the service industry, especially the beauty industry. It's all about experience and aesthetics, but more so experience, because people sometimes will go into anything, and not worry about it. But anyway, he said, make sure everything is in a line, or it's a line. So, and checking your lines, making sure things are symmetrical, um, using the individual's face to a balance, symmetry, all of those things. So if you're a stylist or a barber, even in the, because I was in the interior design field, we talked about that. Space, visual symmetry, spacing. Anywho, use your 45-degree angle. That's something that I took. I got in there a little late because I was still hanging on to the babbler side. And of course, y'all know I have this, I won't say bum leg. I'm just experiencing some challenges with my left foot. So it took me a little time to get to the next destination. Let me see who's on. We got some comments here. Hey, WK, what you still doing up? I forgot you on the West Coast, but hey, thank you for joining. I decided to come on tonight before turning in. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm really sleepy. Look at that. I decided to go ahead and come on while everything was still fresh, and I'm preparing the pack. I was like, okay, well, let me uh share my notes, share what the second day was, and give y'all a little visual of some of the things that I purchased. Um, I'm gonna wait till I get home for the basket because it's really, really heavy, and I didn't want to have to lug it out to lug it back to the car because we're leaving headed back. Oh, I'm on the East Coast now. I live in Boston. Oh, Massachusetts. Okay, well, thank you for joining. I greatly appreciate it. So, the second the second class, which was supposed to be my first class, that was the Babylist Pro that I shared with you all. Some of the um, things that Joel talked about. Did I get his name right? Yeah. No, I'm sorry, Babyliss. Babyliss was the first one. Coco Hair Pro was the second one. Joel talked about picture perfect haircuts. So with that, I'm gonna show y'all what I got from Coco's. Hold on. Uh, I got another pair of trimmers from them. I really hold on. Uh-oh. Oh, I messed up a note. There we go. Messed up a notes. I really enjoy their trimmers. I love their trimmers along with Andy. So those are my two. So let me tell y'all what happened today, right? So I met one of the brothers, Talia Wajid's brother. He just so happened to come over to the I forget which one of the brothers, but Mr. Wajid. um, he stopped over by the booth and I spoke to him and we were talking. He was asking me about the Cocoa Clippers, and I was like, yeah, I use them. I've had them since they came out. They initially came out. And then those clippers coming out, I mentioned to him, I said, but Andy's on my go-to. I use these as my backup. And so the one of the owners of the brand, he was like, as a backup, come on now. I said, well, wait, let me explain it to you. I said, now I do Andes one because those were the ones I was trained on, and I didn't go into the whole spiel that I've shared with you all about why I prefer Andes clippers over any other brand, even though I use other brands and I have other brands. But nonetheless, I said, hold on, wait a minute. Let me explain to you what I mean. When you use the clipper side spray to spray the clippers, they're supposed to sit at least 10 minutes, um, so that they're disinfected, they're cleaned, and all of those things after you've removed the dirt and debris out of the blades and you spray them down, and or oil them, your choice. But you got to spray them with whatever your clipper side Andy's 5-in-1 Cool Care, whatever it is. So I was telling him, I said, yeah, I have them as the backup and I use them. I said, I've had them since you all brought them out. And he looked like, really? I was like, yeah, I got the first set. As a matter of fact, I had to send the clippers back to you because they had some type of malfunction in them, but they were really good about it. I phoned them. I got the purchase order, mailed it out, and they sent me a new one. And saying that, I told him, I said, so when I spray the one and I pick up the other, I'm able to use them both. So he was like, okay, all right then. But I tell you, it pays to be honest and authentic because this is what happened. Not only did I get a deal on the trimmers, but I also end up getting the where is it? The little uh micro wet and dry shaver. So I got another pair their clippers, which I own a pair. I got another pair of their clippers. I love them. I love them. They're about neck and neck to me with the Andes GTX trimmers. I also got this buddy. So he cut me a deal. Not only did I get this, he gave me this to go with it. It's the replacement head. As a matter of fact, he gave me two. Now, the small one is black, but he gave me a black one and then he gave me an extra white one to go on top of it. So I was like, okay, this is good. So um yeah, this was what I let me put this back together, y'all. Hold on. So that's what I got from Coco. I got another set of trimmers and their mini Impacto. It's a small uh micro wet and dry shaver. It has three heads on it. And I got this beautiful red and black bag that I can carry around with me. It's really nice. Very, very nice. Y'all see that. So that's that item that I got from them. Um, let's put that to the side. So the next class that I took was the third class. Um, it dealt with AI search visibility. It was powered by the salon marketing organization. I'm say organization. And it was talking about when we create content to create helpful information, um, keep info consistent. So being consistent with it. And I'm thinking back to Miss Regina Miller, persistency and consistency. It'll take you a long way. Oh, wow. They know how loyal you were to their products, tools. I'm glad they saw how much you, um, let me put this up. I'm glad they saw how great you are as a customer. True. So I explained to them, and Clipper brands know that. But like I told them, I didn't go into detail of why I'm a and this person, but I said I do use both of their tools. So the third class, I'm gonna just count it. Third class that I took dealt with search visibility, and it the three things that I got was create helpful info, which I do. I may not put things out as often as I should as a business person. However, when I do post or do create content, y'all know I love quotes. I'm always putting out something positive, inspirational, or motivational. Um, so, along with that, it's creating helpful info. My info is helpful from the standpoint of inspiration, empowering. I'm focusing on my clients. I'm saying something as a whole as it relates to my young people. So I'm praising them or I'm shedding light on something that I've had an experience with them. And then I got to be a little more consistent. It's a little challenge when you're the person uh, handling it all, but it's okay because assistance is coming. Build authority and trust. They talked about that. And then what I did get from that seminar was this marketing playbook, your 365-day glow up. So it provides you with some information, talks about an overview and a snapshot of features. So it's talking about the various features in this handbook, and it just gives a lot of information. I decided to go with the hard copy versus the digital copy, and some of the things are branding and identity, how to build your brand, checklist for consistency, digital marketing strategies, SMS marketing, let's see, email marketing, basics, choosing social media platforms, transformative pictures. Then it gets into uh, optimization strategies, maintenance, and Google reviews, QR codes, so on and so forth. So it's quite a bit of information as it relates to um, social media and digital marketing for the beauty uh, businesses. So I got that within that session. So the next one that I ended up going to was the high-end luxury braiding. This was with Ashtay, was the company, and the young lady that was doing the demonstration, God, I forget her name. Let me go to her social media page because I just followed her today, and I followed her specifically because I want to reconnect with her in reference to extension hair. She talked about a brand of extension hair that she uses um, that is hyperallergenic, is better installing into the hair versus the traditional hair. I'm just going to leave it at that. So let me pull up here her name really quick, and there's a reason for me um, wanting to share her name. Look, let me get. Uh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Following. Uh, let's see. Most. Let me switch this so I can put the latest, and it'll show me. Okay, here we go. Her name is Shay. She's Miss Orlando Corporate America. So she has been with Ashtay for maybe 5 or 6 years, probably longer than that. She shared her story about braiding starting at 3 years old, how the family rallied around her and supported her. Somebody showed it to her one time and then she picked it up and kept going. And when a little child does something and you have family around them and they, cheer them on and congratulate them. So that's how she actually got started. Here's some 20 some plus years later. She's a licensed professional and she's been working Premier Orlando with that company for the last 5 years. But nonetheless, I made a connection with her and I will be reaching out to her soon. But her session, she talked about boho braiding, stitch braiding, some techniques. She also talked about, let me pull it up too. Here's some other notes. Um, Add more to the service, product and hair. Um, I put hair company. She didn't give it to me, but I'm going to reach out to her. She told me to reach out to her. She talked about basic menu, VIP menu, retail packaging, packages, which in my case, an example, because she used this as an example, braids, hair oil, and foam. In other words, providing that to the client. Once they've had the service, then that's part of the retail for them. Never thought about it that way. I give them oil, but I never thought about giving them foam. Anywho, she talked about that and or edge control. So for those individuals who like to, I don't even like to use the term baby hairs, but let me get my love. Who like to swerve that baby hair to include like an edge control. So she talked about takedown service, shampoo and service. I do offer takedown service, so that wasn't a problem. But then I went to another seminar, and this one was about, let me find it. Let me find it. It's time to raise your prices. And he talked about um, different aspects of how to know when it's time to raise your price and how to go about doing it most effectively. And it was dealing with your expenses, how much profit do you want to plan for, and also how many clients do you see. So, long story short, it was about um, create a profit and loss statement and get organized. So he was sharing with us how you want to create a profit and loss statement and get organized before you decide to go up on your prices, and not just go up on your prices just to be going up on your prices. And some people do that. There were some strategies and different things that he offered us to think about in relation to going up on your prices and why. It's not just, oh, we gonna haphazardly do it. Um, Here are some of the things, and this is for consumers, in my opinion, to understand. Not that y'all have to, because the grocery store, and this is what he said, the grocery store don't tell us they going up on their prices. They just go up on their prices. The gas station don't tell us that they going up on their prices. They just go up on their prices. In other words, he brought this up because he used the example of one of his clients put out this long section or text or something about going up on their prices and why they were going up on their prices. And they had made it known to the clients. So he was saying, uh, raise prices based on supply and demand, pricing, add-ons, retail, increase client count, and to lower lower expenses, not and to, but lower expenses. He say learn what costs are. So in other words, if you're looking to raise your prices because uh, Sweet Life or um, booth rental and all the other things it takes to run your business or operate your business, look at the numbers, look at the expenses, look at all of those things before you decide to raise your price. Get organized, know what your numbers are. So that's what he was talking about with that. So he also said, raise your prices based on your experience. Oh, I'm sorry, expenses and planning first. Um, yeah. So that was the last seminar that I went to. Oh, I also went to it was a demonstration, the straight razor shave. It's just a 30-minute session. It was on the um barber platform floor. And a young lady she was basically selling a product. I don't know what the product was, but she was selling a product and was talking about um, the efficiency of using a razor, making the customer or client comfortable. And I learned a few tips. I have this one client that wants to talk all the time. Soon as he get to me, he's talking nonstop from the time he gets there to the time he leaves. And she was saying how we need to have our clients close their eyes and relax. Just relax and not talk because you can't get cut with the razor. And all the time that I've been shaving this particular person, I've only nicked him once. And guess what? That's because he was talking. Anywho, I took that session as well and learned a few, tips of the trade to assist me with my shaving technique, which that's one thing I love. So enough about the classes. Some of the conversations that I had, I talked again with Fiona Curry. She's a master barber out of Macon, Georgia. We sat in a few classes together, roamed the floor a little bit, and had some conversations about the things that we were seeing, um, and some of the product lines, and just the overall experience because it was her first time as well as my first time too. So um, we talked about that. And of course, I spoke with and networked with some of the presenters, their assistant staff, by asking questions, uh, different things along those lines. And for me, I had a vision of things that I wanted to do, but once I got there, um, it shifted a little bit. I think, like I said in the previous video, that I was overwhelmed, um, in a good way, but still overwhelmed. It was a lot going on. And as a matter of fact, when I was sitting, talking with someone that was sitting next to me at the shaving demonstration, myself and the young lady next to me and the person behind me, we were all talking about the music and how it felt like a rave party or a house party. It was just loud. So I'm gonna give y'all a visual. Y'all remember White Chicks and when what's his name? Oh, Terry, the muscle dude was blowing the whistle and just moving and doing all of that. that was the visual that I was getting from all the music that was going on, and people just just anywho, it it was good. It was good. So that's what I gathered and gleaned from the classes. There's some more notes that I took, but I didn't want to bore y'all with that. Thank you, Terry Crews. Yes, that's how I felt. You remember the party scene when he was dancing? That's how I felt in there. So let's get into so I've talked to you about the classes. I've talked a little bit about some of the conversations without boring you all too much, but I know what y'all want to get into. Some other things that I purchased, some giveaways that I was given. And like I said, when I get home and I get settled in, and I get that big, heavy basket upstairs of all of those products, I'll I'll go through them because I haven't really opened it up to see what's in it. But anywho, I know y'all want to get to the things that I purchased, um, some of the giveaways that I received. So I talked to you all about Coco. Once again, here's their bag. Um, got a really good deal on those items. And like I said, I use Coco's. I've actually had them. I think they've been out maybe this may be going into the third year, maybe fourth year. I know it's more than two, somewhere around three or four. So I've had my trimmers, changed the blade out. I have to charge them a lot, but I'm the type, I like to hang on to my stuff till they just conk out. But I know I'm getting there. So the first thing that I want to talk about, remember I mentioned to you all my first purchase was the Sensory Safe clippers. So I got the shirt. I want to say thank you to Kate because she gave me a percentage off the shirt here. And this is the shirt. It says create, trust, not trauma. I hope y'all can read it right side. Is it flipped? Does it look right? Tell me that looks right. Give me thumbs up if you can read it right. I gotta tell y'all, I dislike that when it doesn't show properly. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay, it might be a little different, but it's all good. So this is what I purchased. She gave me a discount, and on the back it says, because if we don't, who will? So create trust, not trauma, because if we don't, who will? I got that on yesterday, but I end up going back over there again because I was going to get the sensory safe stuffed animal, but they were out of them. So that's for my kids to hold on to them. It's like a weighted dog. But I got this, and then I end up getting the sweat. So in the wintertime, I can wear this. And it says the same thing. It's just a sweat top. So I got this. I'm folding it back up so I can put it back in its its bag. So I gotta share this. So when the gentleman gave this to me, right? He just gonna hand it to me. And I'm like, do I get a bag? So I guess he said, you got them other bags, you can stick it in there. No, I want a bag. I think I've paid a nice penny. I need to get a bag. Anywho, um, this is the cinch bag that it came with. So I got a sticker. I actually thought that it was something that I can put on my vehicle, but it's not. I also got this global standard for safe sensory safe inclusion, inclusive services. It talks about the story. So I'll have this for my clients to take a look at it. Uh, so I got that. And I am one of many. It's growing. It's growing. So remember I told y'all Kate partnered with Andy's to create a clipper for our neurodivergent and autistic children that is, I want to say, less noisy. So I am preparing to open one so you can see it and hear it. But this is the bag that I got for that. Because I bought the clippers. Oh, I didn't get the, hold on, y'all. Because I bought the clippers, I got, and I told you I got two. So when I'm using one and I need to spray it down and it sit the recommended time, I'll have a second pair that I can use as well. And because I purchased two, they gave me a barber apron, which I have my own personalized apron. So I'll find somebody that I can gift it to. And they gave me the barber vest. This came with it. So I got those. And this is the clipper. Let's see. It comes in a nice case. It says up to 3 hours runtime, 3,500 to 5,500 SPM. That's rotary. It's a rotary motor. They are cordless. They come in this nice bag here, which I need another one. I gotta tell y'all, my old bag was separating from the seam. I don't tell nobody. I took some uh a weaving thread to weave the hair with and sewed it back together. I'll show it to y'all. So this, of course, it comes with all the guidelines, little note, info, oil, the traditional stuff. It comes with um this docking station and the power cord, guards. These look like premium, they snap on. So they're similar to premium guards. Um, I hadn't opened them. So here is the product. Let me see if it has enough runtime on it. It's covered. That's how it look. It's small, very ergonomic, fits in the hand nicely. And let's see, power up, turn on after battery is fully charged. So they got it sealed, but I'm gonna see. It's sealed pretty good. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if we got a little. You hear how doesn't have a loud noise to it. That's one speed. That's another speed. All right. So of course I have to fully charge these, but nonetheless, these are the new sensory safe clippers for my neurodivergent and autistic children and adults. There is talk of them coming out with a trimmer. So hopefully within the coming months, maybe the first part of next year, we'll have those. And I will invest in them um, because, as I mentioned, the majority of my clients have some sensory or special needs concern. So that's that one. I talked about this. So from level 3, I actually got this curl cream as a giveaway because I was at one of the panel discussions. So it's it smells pretty decent, even though it's covered. It smells decent. Haven't used it yet, but I plan to use it on my hair. Got this little bag. It was $5. I got it because I like what it read across the front. This was a giveaway. Bumble and Bumble. They were walking around giving them away towards the end of the day. So this is a conditioner and this is a shampoo. So I put that in the bag. All right. Um, shears. I purchased a pair of shears. Um, the gentleman, gotta tell y'all this. So I was sitting down charging my phone up this morning before I went in, and the owner of Kashi, which is a shear brand, um, was heading into the restroom. And he was like, "You mind if I leave my items out here?" And I was like, "No problem." So I watched him. He said, "When you get a chance, just come by and see me." It's like, okay. So I was actually looking for more shears, but I decided that I would go with the smaller ones. So if you've ever seen the long curved shears, I got the smaller pair, and it's used for sculpting and afros. So I end up getting the smaller pair. And he gave me the grips that go on the inside. I have black and I have blue because blue is my favorite color. So the tension screw on it is the blue one. And I do have the original black one. And then he gave me this razor. This was a gift. All for watching his items when he went to the restroom. They are located in Orlando. So I do have their card should I need anything. And let me put these back. And these are 6-inch that I picked up. And the case. So that came in this little bag right here. Let's see. I got a few items here. Never can get enough of these, what we call wrist bracelet, a magnetic wrist bracelet that I put product in. I do not like putting products on the back of my hand. So I always use a, well, now that we have a magnetic bracelet. Beforehand, um, I was using a old um, magnetic wrist grip, where they used to put the sewing needles on them, so they hold the sewing needles. But I stopped using that. But this is another one. So it's all black. It has two screws on the side where you can tighten it up, but it's more of a matte finish versus my gold one that I use. So I just got one. Probably should have got two, but it's okay. I picked this up. I think it was like $10. It wasn't that much, but I use them a lot. I use them for gel. I use them, styling gel, lock gel, any type of product that I need. That's what I use these for. Because again, I dislike putting product on the back of my hand. So I got that, and I also got this combo brush. Comb on one side, brush on the other. Comb, brush. So I got one of these, and I think I got like four, because it was 4 for $20. And they came in this bag here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these bags. So this is the company I was telling you all, Pure Natural Hair Solution Products. So I was watching them utilize these products on the main stage, or their main stage, for locks. And they have a lot of natural ingredients in them. The biggest thing, they don't have any nuts or anything like that in it. I do have a few clients who are have nut allergies, so I was looking for something. Even though you can start and maintain locks without product, um, I wanted to try this to see if it works for them. Uh, and by me buying this product, or these two, so I got these two, and this lock and braid shine mousse. It was 3 for $40, but I learned from my mother when she uh, was a licensed professional that um, she swore by, meaning using the product line for the entire whatever the product was, shampoo, conditioner, she would use the entire product line, because I learned from her that it's designed to work together. So with that being said, when I got these two, I asked if they had a shampoo and conditioner, shampoo and conditioner and leave-in conditioner. However, they didn't have a leave-in conditioner. This is the bag that came with. So I got this one, Follicle Growth RX shampoo, and their Follicle Growth conditioner. Hadn't taken a. Oh, it smells really good. A little goes a long way. But I got these two items to complement this item. So I'm gonna open up and show you what it looks like. It's really light. And then this is their starter lock and versatile hairstyle and gel. Is the honey lock. And this is a little lighter. So we're gonna give this a try. So in purchasing these items, that is what put me in the um, raffle. I got these that put me in the raffle, and that's how I won the $500 in products. So let's see. Um, Let me put this back. There's one more thing. Oh, the last thing, I got me another pair of Andy's cordless masters. I had the corded masters, and I actually gift them to another young man who is interested in becoming a barber. He's a high school student, so I gifted him my clippers that I got when I was in school. So I absolutely love the Andis Masters, and this was a gift to myself. So I got this special edition clipper. Didn't matter that it was special edition. I just wanted it cordless. So um, this is it, and that's honestly, y'all. That's all I got. That's everything that I got in a magazine, but that was free if I followed the individual. So let me grab it real quick. Hold on. So this is the Barber Evo magazine. I um I just so happened to grab it. He said you can have, well, here was the catch. They said you can have one free if you follow us. So I followed them because I wanted to see the magazine. And as a matter of fact, I see DL Master Barber in here. Open it up and guess look who I see. I got an opportunity to talk with him on yesterday and shared with him. He was on this podcast called United Barbers podcast, and he was sharing some insight on some things to build your business line of credit and just to have more lines of credit available to you. Not just that, he was talking about a lot of different things. Investing in your clients, checking in with your clients, the experience, investing in yourself. Um, there was a lot of things. I took notes. The notes are at home. I could show y'all them too. Anywho, I had a chance to tell him when I saw him that I've put some things in place that he recommended, and I'm seeing the fruits of it in just a few months. But nonetheless, he's in there. And I'll check it out. There's some other stories in here. Some other barbers are featured in here. So I'll check that out. And of course, um, at first I didn't want the bag, y'all know, but I end up taking it because I'm gonna tell y'all why I didn't want it. When it was presented to me, it was presented on this side, and I was like, "Psh, I don't want another bag." But then I saw this side, Stay Inspired, Premier Orlando, the ultimate beauty experience. So I was like, okay, I get it. But the honest truth, it's gonna be given away to somebody else. Somebody gonna come by and need it, and I'm be like, oh, you can have this bag. So yeah, that's it. That's all. So um my first year at Premier Orlando um was great. It was very, very different from the normal hair shows that I go to, and I say normal because as a Afro textured natural hair stylist, I normally 9 times out of 10, in this case, 10 times out of 10 until today, this weekend, I attend natural hair shows because that's my lane. That's what I do. You still get the same level of education. You still have some of the same experiences. However, attending most of those is more cultural and geared to Afro textured hair. However, this first experience broadened my horizon, gave me a little more insight as to other companies, other product lines that are out there. I was able to meet different individuals. And during the classes today, I was able to share and ask questions and observe. In all honesty, I did a lot of observing. So, um, be that as it may, I'm grateful for the experience, and I thank my former coworker. We both worked in the industry at a franchise for bringing me. So overall, it was great. As I mentioned, it was a bit overwhelming because it was just a lot. It was a lot of stuff. And I guess because it was my first time, I'm like, ooh, even though I've been to the World Natural Hair Show that's put on by Talia Wajid and the Black Earth Products, um, I guess because I've been so much that I've become accustomed to how it is, um, what to expect to a degree. And it's huge, but it's not as big as what I went to today. So I was asked by some individuals, would I be attending other hair shows? And I'll see if I feel like it's something that I can reap more than I'll sow to go to them, then of course. But at this point, I think this one has been enough. I have plans to go to one more showing this year, and it's mainly about a product line. So as it gets closer to that, I'll share that information with you. But other than that, that's been the 2 days at Premier Orlando. Overall experience, it was great. Um, Very enlightening, very informative. I would suggest if there are students um, who are still in, whether you're still in school or you're newly out of the industry, I think it's a good place to attend. Yeah, it's a good place to start. But that's it. I gotta uh, get packed, get me some rest so we can get on the road to get back to South Carolina. So thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you all support. Thank you for hanging out with me. And you can catch some of my stories before they're gone to see more of what took place during today. And that's it. That's all. Until next time, I'm gonna say next time, but once I get home, I will come back on because I want to show y'all that prize winning. That's all. Thank you all for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. For those of you who are catching this on the replay, thank you for taking time out of your day to replay this live broadcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and subscribe. Tell me what you'd like to see, who you'd like to see on. I'm working on that as well, but it's all good. Thank you all. Enjoy and have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, week ahead. Thank you.
I am real Roots Pride. I am real Roots Love. I naturals, naturals.